Thank you for inviting me. Thank you to all the panelists. I'm really happy to be here. I know despite all the hiccups in the launch of the Your Party, I'm still a member. I plan on being a member. I'm one of the 50,000 now. So, the fact that Your Party has 50,000 members without even a name, I think is quite an achievement so far. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nandita Lal. I wasn't a politician. I wasn't affiliated with any of the parties last year, but I ran a people-powered campaign in just 5 weeks, just out of a grassroots group in Haringey, Tottenham, that was sick of David Lammy, who wanted to show David Lammy the sort of anti-imperial spirit of Tottenham. So just in 5 to 6 weeks, we ended up getting more than 2,300 votes and got 5% of Tottenham's vote. And it was really heartening. I mean, we weren't even expecting to get 500, but we were out on the streets talking about anti-imperialism. We were talking about how Gaza relates to austerity, about all these things, and people were so perceptive. Just on Tottenham High Street, they hadn't seen David Lammy in decades. Anyone who was there to just talk to them, they were impressed by that. Broadwater Farms, where actually the Tottenham riot started, when we were campaigning there, some of the people said they'd never ever seen any politician there. I was like, oh, but I'm not a politician, this is just a protest vote. But they were like, yeah, anyway, it's the first time we're getting anyone to knock on our doors. So, that just shows you the kind of political vacuum that there is, and also shows the appetite that people have for engaging. There is a real lack of ways in people can exercise their democratic rights. So that was really, really heartening. And I think Your Party captured some of that. And I hope that, this initial hiccup doesn't make too many people turn away. In fact, all these, in some ways, factionalism is good because it does bring out some of these radical ideas. I mean, if it wasn't for us standing against David Lammy, Greens, who did came second, would have been the only voice, and then there would have not been an anti-imperialist voice in Tottenham, which we gave. Which was missing. So I think it was really important for us to make that space for ourselves. So what do we stand for now? Now I am part of a group called Haringey Socialist Alliance. We were few community groups that came together when there was an absence of Your Party. We want to be subsumed into Your Party eventually. But we didn't know whether it'll be ready in time for the May 2026 elections. So we are going to put up a fight against all the Labour councillors in Tottenham, all the councillors who have passed austerity in Tottenham, and hopefully replace some of them. So even right now, we're really grassroots powered. We have, lots of community groups that are affiliated. We are building this movement. We've done one assembly, which was not a Your Party assembly, but our own sort of community-run assembly. We're doing another one. So we are doing all this work in the background, and I think lots of community groups are doing this work in the background, and they should not be drowned out by, some of the infighting that is happening, because this very important work is happening. And for me, it was just as a person from India who can speak for the Global South perspective, who works in anti-imperialism, who writes about militarization. I think it was so important to have this perspective there as well, to have myself represented, that I am here because the British were there for 400 years, and I am I deserve to be here, and not only deserve, it is the only, you know, there is such a lineage and a sort of a heritage, a belonging that, you know, I have to be part of to show my children that they can belong here. And that is also something I want to create for them. I actually spent 10 years working in Canary Wharf before that for all my sins. And so, you know, I saw sort of the capitalist beast from its belly. You know, the amount of wealth in Canary Wharf is insane. We have no idea what we're dealing with. We have no idea of, you know, the sins of the oil and gas companies, of the mining companies who are all associated with the London financial sector. You know, how Rhodes, Cecil Rhodes from Bishop Stopford was connected to De Beers, who was connected to the settlers in South Africa. You know, how Britain's tentacles were everywhere in the world. And why are people here? It's because Britain was there. So, you know, to make some of the space for this kind of voice, and to also say that this is the same voice which is also saying austerity is absolutely the same, has the same linkage to militarization. Where is all this money coming from that Starmer is giving to Palantir, to BAE Systems, to OpenAI at the drop of a hat? It's all coming from, you know, from our money, from, you know, the taxpayer money, from what what do they call it? The tree, the money tree. It's always there for the arms companies and not there for the people. So I really hope that your party continues to keep building this working class solidarity, and also to build an internationalist solidarity. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.